Hello. I'd like to talk to you today about Material Sales Management Systems, which is our company, and we provide fast and accurate material quotations for the protective coating industries. Now, Gary Benicki, the man behind Matt Sales Pro. Gary retired from Axel Nobles, which was formerly Sealco Products, with 37 years experience in heavy-duty asset containment and steel and concrete asset protection. His long career spanned both sales and operations management. He was always concerned about the difficulty of developing fast and accurate quotations. Upon retirement, he put together a team to develop the Matt Sales Pro system, which manages the sales process from request for, request for recommendation to generation of quotation. Matt Sales Pro generates quick and accurate quotations, thus allowing more time for money-making activities. What makes the protective industry different? Well, first of all, you're dealing with multiple products. You have things that come in pounds and gallons and square feet. They come in drums and pails. So multiple products. That's your first problem. Your second issue is you have multiple layers, and these layers must be applied in a particular order. Thirdly, you have multiple densities. Now, as you change densities, you change the coverage area. So this is what makes generating quotations complex. They're time consuming and it's susceptible to errors. Now, Matt Sales Pro is a solution. It creates fast and accurate quotations and manages the entire sales process from request to recommendation to project to actually the production of the generation of the quotation. We start with the products. Now, each product can be used in one or more categories. Each category has three coverage factors: low, target, and high. Now, what's a coverage factor? A coverage factor is the number of square feet one unit covers. So, 1 gallon, how much does it cover? 1 pound, how much does it cover? That's our coverage factor. Now, let's take a look at our product ABC002. We have the base coat resin and the base coat and top coat resin system. Now, if you use this as a base coat resin system, it covers at the low 24 square feet, target 26, high 28. But if you use it as a base coat and top coat resin system, the low is 12, the target is 13, and the high is 14. Now, we can do this with square feet or square meters for those companies who are into the metric system. All right. Now, that's our products. Now, our systems. Now, a system is a group of products that form a solution, some type of solution. Now, here's our system ABC774S. You see, here's our order. We have 7 products, and this is the order of application. We have the number of coats for each one. All of them are one except for the reinforcement fabric. Okay, now you see we can add or remove. When we're building our systems, that's exactly how we do this. We build our systems. We add something, remove something. Or maybe you want to have a system that you want to clone. We have a feature that we can just clone that system and add or remove products from that system. So these systems our systems are our solutions. Now, the process starts usually with a request for a recommendation. It's submitted by a customer or a sales rep. They have a certain product, they need a solution for it. We enter this into the system, who the salesman is, the date, who requested it, and their contact information, the operating temperature of this problem here, and the chemical exposure. And we see it, in this case, it's 7% sulfuric acid is what we have here. But, and we have a section for comments. Now we get this request in and we save it, and once you save it, its status becomes initialized. Now, the next step is to submit that, and you submit that to the lab. So the first two steps in the process are initialize and submit. Next, it is assigned to a technician to work up a solution and a recommendation. So once that's submitted, we call that stage confirmed. And once it's confirmed, then it's approved by a supervisor. And then once it's approved by the supervisor, that recommendation is sent to the requesting party and any other parties who need to have a copy of that, and it's sent right here right from the system here. So the Map Sales Pro is a very powerful tool in the management of your recommendations. You have a dated history of each recommendation. You know when the recommendation was submitted, and you know when the response was sent. So you know the status of each recommendation, so no recommendation can fall through the cracks. Now, after we've submitted our recommendation, we hope we'll receive a request for quotation. When that happens, we start out in our system and we create a project record. Okay, and the project record has the customer name, the name of the project, the location of the project, who requested the quotation, who created it, the effective date, and the effective period. Now, once we put into that information, we save it, and once we save it, our next step is to add a system. We're going to add our system here, and the system we're going to add is the ABC774S. We're going to put in the coverage area, the substrate, steel, concrete. We're going to put in the chemical exposure, and this is a memo box, so you can write as much as you need to get a clear picture of the situation. We need the operating temperature. We need the maximum size. Now, maximum size is normally drums. However, the customer may have an application that's possibly way up high, and it's impossible to get drums up there, so they want everything in pails. So we can generate a quote in drums or pails with no problem. We need the shipping point, we need the discount, and we add a file name descriptor to this. Now, once we've done this, we save this, and our quote is automatically generated. Here's our system quote, and you can see here we have our surface area. We have 3,500 square feet. We have a discount in this case of 0, and it's all in drums. Now, if we had needed to change any of those, the surface area, the discount, or change it to pails, we can do that, save it, and the quote will recalculate. Now, the bottom section, we have the product information. We have each product and its order of application. We have the densities, and then the new one, they're all set up as target. We have the number of coats for each product, and we have the quantity needed and the list price. So let's take a look at the ABC 100 primer. You can see we have 88 gallons, and over here on the bottom right here, you see that 88 gallons is going to be sold at 240 gallons, that's 80 gallons, plus 144 gallons, that's 44 gallons, and 401 gallons, that's going to be 88 gallons. So that's the product there. All right, now the densities are our target. However, maybe you want a high density or a low density on the product. Well, all you need to do is just click on that particular product, click change density, and select a low or a high density, save that, and the quote will recalculate again. So there is your quote. Now, after we add our quote, this brings us back to our project record, and we can see here in this project there are two uh, systems on here. And if we wanted to see the system quote for either one of these, you just click on it and double click on it, and that quote would come up. Now, we can add a new project from here. We can print this quote, or we can email this quote. The quotes are in the quotes will be in PDF format. Now, the bidder section. Many times, uh, the the customers send bids out to contractors to actually perform the work. So, in order for the contractors to submit their bid, they need our bid. So, we can add contractors to a list and email them the bid at the appropriate time. So this is how we manage our projects. Now, what do these bids look like? Talk about that. In the top section, we have the project information. We have the customer name and the project location. We have the effective date. We have the effective period, and we have the project total. Below that, we have the system information, and the system information has the chemical exposure, the substrate, the operating temperature, the surface area, the system total, and the cost per square foot. Then we come down to the pricing section and the product section, and we have the cost. We have the quantity for each unit size, and the corresponding price and the total price for each one of the quantities. Okay, so you have a clear, complete, concise, and accurate quotation for your customers. MapSales Pro creates fast and accurate quotations, saving time, eliminating errors, and saving money. It takes recommendations from request to response, so you manage the recommendations more efficiently. Tracks bidding contractors, sends quotations automatically to contractors. Metric and English measurements and multiple currencies, the same system for your international offices. MapSales Pro saves you time, saves you money, makes your operation more efficient. Uh, Contact Gary Vinicki to schedule a demonstration, and we need to add his phone number and his email. That should do it. Thank you very much for your time.